first thing is that we've only started taking white ball cricket seriously for about 30 years. So before that, everyone was trained to be red ball specialist. So of course you wouldn't have had many white ball specialists, right? So that makes that's the first part of it. The second part of it is that if you are Aaron Finch or Owen Morgan or who else did you mention? You mentioned Yuvraj Singh. I can't remember his test record off the top of my head. But those sorts of players who are specialists in white ball, usually it's because they have a weakness, which in red ball you can't hide. You know, with Aaron Finch, if you put 3 slips in with him, he will eventually nick off. He nicks a lot. You know, that is a huge problem. If you bowl the stumps to Aaron Finch in a test match, he's not going to be able to flick every ball over, you know, mid-wicket for 6, and eventually he's going to miss one and he's going to go out. That sort of risk and reward in a one-day game can cost you a lot of runs. So there are very basic reasons why there are players. You are talking about, it's called limited overs cricket, but in some ways it's a limited form of cricket. That all the dismissals are not always available to you, all the fielding positions are not always available. Also, the pitches are flatter, so that helps very good stroke makers. And the balls are absolutely garbage. White balls are terrible. We don't talk about this enough. They're disgusting. They're painted. We have to have 2 of them in a one-day game because they don't even last, right? So that, again, gives huge advantage to someone who's just going to play through the line. If you're the sort of player who can play through the line all day, you will be successful in white ball cricket more often than not. If you try and do that in red ball cricket, the balls wobble around a little bit. They do things. Generally, they stay harder. They spin more. They bounce more. They do all the sorts of things that it's completely different. So it is a fundamentally, God, I did this last week, this whole fundamental thing. It is a completely different sport. I think is the best way of looking at it now. And, you know, I'm not sure enough people who actually are willing to admit to that. So they are different sports. So if you're asking why we have players who are good at it and players who are not good at it, it's because it's a different sport.